The January transfer window is just 2 weeks away, and already, fans are getting excited on whom the club could sign. Liverpool, as I've mentioned in a couple of videos now, are set to spend money on new additions this winter. Like every year though, there is a lot of rumours at this time of year, and majority of it is not true, but if you look in the right places and listen to the correct sources, you can see things that could happen. In today's video, we have some huge Liverpool transfer news, as it has emerged that the club are interested in 2 targets. We also take a look at what the players have been up to in Dubai, provide you with a Diogo Jota update, and also go over the latest news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we get into today's video, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. As Diogo Jota continues his recovery from a long-term calf injury in Dubai, reports from Portugal claim Liverpool are quite optimistic on his return. Jota has been sidelined since the closing stages of the 1-0 win over Manchester City back in October, pulling up with a calf injury just before the final whistle. The injury left Jota unable to compete at the World Cup with Portugal and has seen him sit out of 8 games for Liverpool so far. Soon after, Jota insisted that he would be fighting to be back as soon as possible after his dream collapsed and his initial return date was set for late February. Whether that has changed it is unclear, but Portuguese newspaper ynwa has now claimed that the 26-year-old has left Liverpool medical staff quite optimistic. That comes as he follows an individual rehabilitation program at the club's training camp in Dubai, with the sights now set on featuring in the Champions League last 16 ties against Real Madrid. The first of those is at Anfield on February 21st, which suggests that Jota is at least in line with his early return to play timeframe. It could be that he is slightly ahead if ynwa are to be believed, and he could build up minutes in the preceding clashes with Everton on February 13th and then Newcastle on February 18th. Any accelerated return for Jota would be seen as a boost, particularly in light of Luis Diaz's latest long-term knee injury. But that setback for Diaz should also be viewed as a warning sign when it comes to bringing Jota back into the fold and should not be rushed. As I mentioned in the intro, the January transfer window is getting closer and closer, and already the club have been linked to a fair few players. Over the last 24 hours, reports have emerged crediting Liverpool with heavy interest in 2 players, of which we are going to share with you. The first one is Cody Gakpo, and it is being reported that both Manchester United and Liverpool are the 2 teams in the race for the PSV star. That's according to the transfer guru Gianluca Di Maurizio, who told Dutch outlet Soccer News that the race for the 23-year-old will come down to the Premier League clubs, as they're the only ones who can afford the Dutchman. Gakpo's name has been on many teams' radar since the summer, but the interest has increased further following his impressive World Cup campaign, and that might prompt PSV Eindhoven to cash in January. Liverpool could do with another forward to replace the injured Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota, whilst Manchester United need to sign one in general following the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo. Liverpool have also been credited with heavy interest in Borussia Dortmund striker Youssoufa Moukoko, with the 18-year-old's current contract set to expire in the summer. Moukoko has long been regarded as one of the most exciting young players in Europe, having come through the Dortmund academy while playing 4 or even 5 years above his age group. The German striker became the Bundesliga's youngest ever player when he made his debut a day after his 16th birthday back in 2020. Just over a fortnight after, he broke the Champions League record too. Having only turned 18 in November, Moukoko is now a regular starter for Dortmund, and so far this season has scored 6 goals and laid on 6 assists in 22 games. According to The Times, Liverpool are among the clubs monitoring the situation, as his contract runs into the final few months. They are joined by Chelsea and Manchester United in their pursuit, though it is stressed that interested clubs will have to convince him that he will not be signed to sit on the bench. Moukoko values the opportunities he is getting at Dortmund, which might not be replicated elsewhere. This one could definitely be one for the summer, and if Liverpool could land him on a free, that would be crazy business. Liverpool are currently away in Dubai, training ahead of the second part of the season. The Reds have already played one of 2 friendlies out in the Middle East and are set to play against AC Milan later today before returning to Merseyside. While the Reds' primary focus while out in the United Arab Emirates is to train and prepare for the second half of the season, the break also serves as an important time to bond. The Liverpool squad were pictured riding camels during their downtime. Tsimikas and Mohamed Salah shared a camel as they were guided through the desert on Wednesday. Adrian plays a key role in helping the squad to gel, and the Spanish goalkeeper shared a photo of him alongside Tsimikas, Salah, Thiago, Darwin Núñez, Arthur, Roberto Firmino, and Fabio Carvalho. The presence of Arthur, Núñez, and Carvalho in particular shows the value of these trips as they continue to adjust to their new surroundings after summer moves. While riding their camels, the squad were paired off, with Adrian riding alongside Thiago, Firmino sharing with Carvalho, and then Núñez joined by Arthur. Adrian and Tsimikas stuck together afterwards, with the pair sharing a photo, wearing an authentic gown, while Harvey Elliott took part in falconry. It will have been a welcome break for the squad from grueling training sessions in the Dubai heat, but their focus will now turn back to football. Over the last 24 hours, Loris Karius has came out and insisted that there is no bad blood between him and Jurgen Klopp despite his difficult decline at Liverpool. Karius signed a short-term contract with Newcastle United in September, and it is claimed that manager Eddie Howe is eager to tie him down beyond his expiry next month. The German goalkeeper looks to be finding his feet again after a dogged 4 years, which in the fallout of the 2018 Champions League final took in 2 tough loan spells. Last season saw him spend the entire campaign training with Liverpool, but not featuring once in a matchday squad, which he admits was difficult. He said, "My time at Liverpool was over and I was looking to move on, but then there were difficulties to get a transfer done. I find myself in a situation where I had to stay at Liverpool knowing I wouldn't get a chance. I was discussed openly with the manager, there was no bad blood, but knowing the situation from the beginning was tough. Last season, being left out of the matchday squad, you lose a bit of the feeling when you win, lose, and travel with the team. You just miss it. It's not easy to stay positive and keep working because you obviously know you're not going to be involved. I learned a lot from that and tried my best in training and keep myself positive on the mental side. I've played over 200 games in the first division and national teams, so I knew my qualities. I know I have plenty to offer. I'm only turning 30, and that's not old for a goalkeeper, but of course last season was difficult." Now 29, Karius has spent the last 2 years as a backup goalkeeper, having seen his opportunity as number 1 at Besiktas come to a controversial end in a row over unpaid wages. He is unlikely to leapfrog Nick Pope at Newcastle, but as he went on, he outlined his ambition to be a part of the long-term project. He said, "I am ready. I need to train and needed time to adapt because I was training for 3 months alone, and I have my sights on a Carabao Cup debut against Bournemouth. I am now really pleased with the training and know I can do it in a match moving forward. It's been a great few months. Of course, I don't play yet, but how I've been training, how I've been welcomed by the whole group makes me believe I can achieve more things here. That's my aim, to be here for the long-term project instead of a short one." Liverpool fans, what do you make of the links of Cody Gakpo and Moukoko, and would you take them at the club? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.